Good morning, or should I say good evening for me? I'm recording this on Wednesday evening because I am meeting Kevin Thompson really, really early tomorrow morning in Mansfield. Well, I say really early. I mean, I've got to set off at 7:15, so I won't have a chance to record it tomorrow. So I thought, you know what? Let's record it on the evening just after I've come back from footy. Right, okay, so I'm going to give you three more insights. Oh, God, there's so much gold in this bloody industry newsletter. I sodding love it. It is fantastic. It's terrific. It just, the more you delve into it, the more you're thinking, wow, wow, wow. I love it. So the purpose of this is I'm gonna go through it. I'm spending hours and hours and hours on it, dissecting it, understanding it, and just learning from it. So I've got three things to talk to you about today in the newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. Head on over there, put your name in, email address. It's completely free, and I will send you an email every single day. Self-storage tip. At the minute, we're doing industry news, so I'll tell you all the industry news. And then normally it's a self-storage tip, and I'll tell you all my numbers. I also tell you how many times I've been to gym, which normally is 0 for the past 4 or 5 months because I've been super busy with work. And I hate that. I hate that. What a stupid excuse. I've still been doing my 20 miles, but I'm on it now. On it, 6-pack for summer, proper on it. I've been too busy for work. I hate that. When my mates tell me that as an excuse, I'm like, shut up, make it a priority. But obviously, creating the course, it just took up every single spare second they had. Very professional thing. Right. So 3 things. Number 1, industry report. Massive milestone reached for the self-storage industry. Over £1 billion in total revenue. What's cooler than $1 million? $1 billion. That's a billion of a week on my first million. Brilliant podcast. I can only see this progressing one way. It is going up and up and up and up. There's nothing really else to report. It's the first time the industry has ever hit $1 billion. It's now a £1 billion market, which is amazing to be a part of. And it's just going to grow from strength to strength to strength. Talk about being bullish for this industry. I am really bullish. Right. How do we measure the length of stay? So industry report, again, it's length of stay, customer length of stay. Now, firstly, I didn't really think about it before the industry report brought this up. I was like, yeah, how do we measure the length of stay? I know what we do. We run a report and it tells us who's been in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and it tells us that. But then wait a second, there's a problem with that. There's 2 different ways of measuring length of stay. We do number 1, and the report for the industry report has done number 1. But there's a fundamental flaw in both ways, and they highlight the fault or the flaw in both ways. So number 1, fixed point in time. So what I mean by fixed point in time, if I go into work tomorrow and run the report, customer length of stay, somebody who might have moved in this last month, they count as being in less than 3 months. But that customer might stay 5 years, might stay 3 years. But for the purposes of a report, they're saying that it's been in less than 3 months. So it's not a perfect metrics or measuring stick, but it's the best we've got. So I use that one. The other way, I'm going to read it here so I get it right. The other way to measure the customer length of stay, measure it when the customer moves out. When I first read this, I was like, oh yeah, that is brilliant. If we only log the data when someone has moved out, this will give us exact time the customer has been in. It makes perfect sense. But here's the problem. Like I said, there's a flaw in all these. But then some people will never move out, and therefore their data isn't collected. Brilliant. So number 1, the problem is if we measure it today, the people who have moved in this last month, they're going to count as less than 3 months, but they might move in, they might stay for years, they might stay for 10 months, they're probably not going to stay to 1 to 3 months. So who knows? But they might do. And so we've got to be very, very, very careful on that. So we know that the data is somewhat flawed. However, the other measuring stick is measure it when the customer moves out. However, the long-term customers who stay forever don't ever move out. So we don't have that data. So it's somewhat distorted all the time. Right, let's get into this data then, because I've put here, the big takeaway for me is the majority of domestic and business customers have been in self-storage for over a year. Over 50% of people in self-storage right now including the people who moved in yesterday and last month, they have been in for over a year. I find that absolutely bizarre, bonkers. I mean, it's a great stat. It's a wonderful stat. It's an amazing stat. It's a positive stat for the industry. But I was shocked when I read it. I didn't know that. This is a beauty. It's a golden bloody nugget. This is a beauty of this industry report. It is wonderful. So yeah, really, really interesting there. Okay, another industry report for you guys. Customer drive time. I love this metrics, this report. It's wonderful. Check this out, my friends. 63% of customers drive time, basically drive 15 minutes or less to their self-storage facility. 63% of customers drive 15 minutes or less to their self-storage facility. So, what is the breakdown? I've got even better data because the breakdown, what they give you in this report, do you know what? It's like Christmas Day when I get this report. It is brilliant. It takes me weeks to go through. 24% of people drive between 11 and 15 minutes. 24% of people drive between 11 and 15 minutes. 28% of people drive between 6 and 10 minutes. 11% drive less than 5 minutes. So most people, 9 in 10 people drive more than 5 minutes. That is great data. So the big takeaway for me is 63% of people drive 15 minutes or less. So what we really need to be looking at is 15 minutes or less drive time. Drive time. Not mileage, drive time. Shameless plug for my course. We have got a bit of software in the course that actually does this. The course isn't open at the minute, but if you put your email, I don't know where, it'll be opening again soon anyway. Not soon, but whenever I get around to it. I'm too busy with bloody iBooks at the minute. Always problems. Yeah, so if you put your postcode in, it just generates, so you can either choose 5 minutes drive time, 10 minutes drive time, 15 minutes drive time, or 30 minutes drive time. So you've got all that data, the population there. It is wonderful. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. So I found that fascinating, really, really fascinating. So 89% of people drive more than 5 minutes. Another way of looking at it, 89% of people drive more than 5 minutes. Fucking bonkers, but I love it. All right, my friends, that's enough for me today. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you Frippity Friday. Ugh. Can I just say, by the way, I've got a wonderful Thursday. I'm with Kevin Thompson all day, which I absolutely love his company. I think he's not just, do you know what? Forget the expertise in self-storage. He's just a wonderful man. A really, really, I'll tell you something really quickly. At the table, at the event, everybody's coming up to me and like going, "Is that your wife?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my wife. Yeah. You're batting. You are batting. She can do so much better than you." I'm like, oh, my confidence. I can't take much more of this. Anyway, I told Kevin Thompson, he was like, no. I'm not having that. No. Look at you, Dean. Look at you. Yes, she's good looking, but so are you. You've got the full package. You're a successful businessman. You've got this, you've got that, you've got that, you've got your personality. I'm like, come here, Kevin. I love you. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm with Kevin Thompson till about 4 o'clock. Then I come home and I coach my kids at football. And Hebbleworth, you will know how that is. It is wonderful. So my under 8s team, and that's 6 till 7. And is it 6? Yeah, 6 till 7. And then my other son coach plays 7 till 8. So I watch him. I don't coach for that team. And then I rush back home to watch Man City versus Brighton. I cannot wait, my friends. Oh, what a day tomorrow. Cannot wait to wake up. All right, have a wonderful Thursday, guys. It will nowhere near be as good as my Thursday, but I can't wait. All right, friends, love you. Appreciate you. Bye.